like yesterday, I was approached by a neighbor on this end. He came to me and said, I've tried to grow spinach, or I've tried to grow everything, practically everything on the ground, but I've failed. What is the problem? Is it the soil, or is it something I'm not doing right? So he saw this innovation and he was like, maybe if I can try this, because you set it up just recently and it's already doing fine. What are you doing to do this? So I realized that maybe the soil here can be a challenge, and if we can get the right soil in the bags and put them in the soil and compost it, I feel that challenge for limitations of growth of that plant will actually be sorted out. My name is Natasha Mulenga. I am the founder of Hope Network, a company that's based on and that focuses on sustainable agriculture. Our main projects are to do with vertical farming that allows small-scale farmers and even people without spaces in their backyards to have an opportunity to grow their own food and just boost their food production in their homes.
So tell me what we're looking at here.
You're looking at the sack garden. This is what we call the vertical sack. This sack is what we use to grow plants in a little space. So what we have here is plants grown vertically, as you can see. So from this sack, there are customized holes that are required for you to plant in. So you get seedlings, you plant in the customized spaces all around the sack. And you get to water it and it grows.
And so in this sack, for example, how many plants do you have? Because I can see you've just planted, it looks like rape, spinach.
So in this sack, I have 100 plants.
Wow.
From just this single sack. Plus on top, I could say 100 and above. But from these holes, there are 100. Hello guys, we're back again, yet another video on showing you how the progress has been week by week with the umusalu bags. So today I'm going to show you on how it's doing after a week and 2 days. So this is how the bags have been and the progress has been. Like I started this with spinach. On that other video that I made, I started it with spinach, and this is about 1 week and 7 days. But I've already started harvesting this one. I've harvested like twice. So it's growing again. As you can see, the young ones are growing and coming up well. So with the one that was on top here, I had made seedlings of rape. I had made seedlings of rape. I had transplanted and planted in the provisions in the sides. That was about 1 week and 2 days ago. And this is how the progress is marching up and coming up. This is the rape. It's coming up healthy. I've not sprayed anything. I've not sprayed any chemical. I've not sprayed any pesticides. It's all growing organically. So, like I said, all you need to do with this bag, all you need is manure, you need seedlings, you need your soil. Make sure your soil is loose enough, not the hard soil, otherwise it will give you a difficulty when watering.
So tell me, what is it that actually made you come up with this idea of vertical farming?
Okay, what made me come up with the idea is that I wanted to go into agribusiness, and I wanted to start a business to do with, because I've got passion in just agribusiness. So, but I lacked resources, I lacked just a ground to start, so I started farming in sacks, like the normal milli meal sacks.
Yes.
I started growing vegetables like lettuce, but I realized that innovation alone was eating up much of my space. So I started discovering something better. I started with the milli meal sack. I customized holes with that actual sack. So when I did that, I knew to say it was innovative, but later on it fell. Like it just flipped into pieces because it wasn't strong enough. So which made me go on a quest to look for a material that's harder. And when I innovated this, neighbors were coming, and people that found a challenge as well of space came to me and say, no, I can actually also use this innovation to grow my own food at my backyard. So I opened up a social enterprise that I champion for food security in households.
And I found it interesting that you said where you were in Chongwe, there was also interest in this.
Yes.
Because it's a farming area.
It's a farming area, yes.
So you're thinking those farmers are also having problems with growing food?
I would say they're not really having problems with growing food. They just maybe water. You know, the drought that we have faced as Zambia has really affected farmers. So farmers have now seen this to be an alternative way of something to channel in their farms for vegetable supply. You know, it's difficult because there's low groundwater and water is not easily pumped from their boreholes and whatnot.
And I know Chongwe has been having challenges with water.
Yeah.
Boreholes are going empty, like other parts of Lusaka as well.
Yes.
Boreholes are going empty, etc., etc.
Yeah, so it can actually be a solution to fight the drought. So yeah.
How much watering would you have to do?
Watering, you can use about, I would say, 40 liters after 2 days.
Okay.
Like 40 liters in 2 days. You don't have to water every day because that thing is in a bag. It's more like you put a damp cloth in a bag, it won't dry. It's different from when you put it on the line and it's exposed to the sunlight.
It dries quickly.
Yeah, so evaporation doesn't easily get the water in the bag.
And it's nice because you can literally measure and control your water use.
Yes, you can.
Whereas with a hose pipe, you're just pouring and you're never sure how deep it's gone in.
Exactly. My observation in Lusaka, I've seen that most people are not really utilizing their spaces, no matter how small. So I would ask even someone, no matter how little the space is, I've asked, say, why aren't you utilizing the space? I'm like, no, what am I going to grow from that space?
Hi guys, you're welcome to my video today. I'm just going to talk about something that's very important that most of us neglect and think it's not really necessary. But gardening is very necessary in a household. Every household should have a garden, and most especially not just household, but looking at that person who just sees farming as a business. You need to start from somewhere. You need to start from your backyard. You need to start small first. Master the art of growing a certain crop before you risk yourself. Because I've seen many people want to go into farming, but you don't know how to even just grow something on your own. And then when you begin that farming business, you fail. So it starts with gardening. It starts with such initiatives at your backyard. If you don't have land yet, you can just use these things that I champion here on social media. You can use it and make your food, grow your own food. I mean, you can't always be spending money on vegetables. It's very costly, trust me. So at least you just plan your garden very well. You can just plan, okay, today I'm going to learn how to grow this and this. Develop an interest. Develop something like an attitude, a positive attitude towards gardening. And most of us are going to be free from a lot of things, financial freedom as well. So guys, today I'm just planting, I'm just having fun in my garden. I've nothing else planned today. I've just committed myself to having this garden.
Where are we right now?
This is just a demonstration plot. Of course, I have the farm in Chongwe where I'm working on and doing bigger projects on, planning to do bigger projects on it. But this for the urban area. This is where I come and teach students, I come and teach the neighbors and on how to farm and do the gardening, the vertical gardens. And yeah, so this is our demonstration plot. Initially, this used to be a garbage site, but then I had to put an end to it because come on, we can use these lands for growing enough food. And seeing that already as farmers were in love with organic and seeing trash to us is gold. So yeah, I fell in love with it and I just modified it into a demonstration site for Hope Network.
And so to make the site work, you obviously cleared off the trash.
Yes.
Have you added anything to the soil?
Yeah, I added some manure, although this soil was a lot fertile already because of the kind of composted stuff I had to dig out. I saw it was already composted. So, but I added a bit of chicken manure. I've got neighbors that are doing poultry. I support them to get their manure and bring them over to this site. Yeah, I did the beds. I've done the nurseries and I planted some spinach there. And I can say when they grow, this place will be green in no time. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this look is quite exciting, because what I can see here is that although there's challenges with the soil,
Yes.
I still see pieces of litter,
Yes.
you know, batteries, glass shards, but regardless of the type of soil you need, you can still have 100 plants.
Yes. Yes, that's true.
And I'm assuming you brought in the soil, or it's the same soil but modified?
It's the same soil, just that I composted it. Yeah, I had some compost and manure in it. Yeah.
In terms of production of these bags, what do you use? What is your process like in terms of production? I see you've got some here. Oops.
Yes. I get the material, the shed net material. Yeah, so when I get that material, we make them.
Okay.
I have a team that I employed. The women actually make these sacks.
It's quite strong, and it's about the same size as
yeah, it's a very strong sack. It lasts
kg.
for 5 years and 5 to 7 years. Yeah, you're able to use one sack. Yeah.
Now this is lovely, and like you're saying, it's a very easy to manufacture solution, but also in your case, it supports the community.
Yes, it really supports the community.
Women from Chongwe are making these bags themselves.
Yeah, women from Chongwe are making these bags. I've got women that have actually, the groups come to me to say, no, contractors, just to get something like income.
Okay.
Yeah, so I try to support them in that way.
Okay.
And also I try to support youth, you know, when it comes to these bags by making up a setup team. We've got customers that contact us to say, no, come and do the whole process for us. We want you to do maybe 10 of these sacks on our site. Who are we going to get? Is the youth that go up as a team there, and they make something out of it. Another way to support them is commission based. You know, they get to sell these bags and they get a commission at the end of the day.
And if someone wants to get one of these, how do we reach out to you? And how much are the bags?
The bags come in different sizes. There's the medium and the large. The medium goes for 100 kwacha and the large goes for 150. So we are located in Kamala South, off Nationalist Road. Yes, and we're also found on Facebook. We have a page called Hope Network Zambia. From there you can just see our activities, what we've been doing around Zambia. And of course, like I mentioned, I just relocated, and yeah, we're trying to establish the business here as well. But since these bags are portable, we try to set them in different locations, and yeah. And another advantage I forgot to mention, they're portable. So they're movable. So for those people without permanent residence, you know, they can actually get this. For those landlords that restrict them from having gardens, you know, paved yards restriction. Yeah.
I think that's wonderful, because that is the reality of most people we're renting.
Yes.
And we might only have maybe not even enough space to park a car.
Yeah.
So something like this can definitely fit.
Yes.
And there's nothing like the taste of your own fresh veggies.
Yes, true. So again, there's no weeding with this method, something I forgot to mention. Like, that's why there's a faster growth rate as compared to how you can grow this on the ground. Yeah, so you'll notice that these ones, they'll survive the shock better than the wheel on the ground. Yeah. Because there's no competition with the growth.
Yeah. It's minimized considerably.
Yes.
At that stage. They're just basically competing against each other.
Yes.
That's the only thing.
Yes.
Nice. And as well, when it comes to if you're fertilizing with a soluble fertilizer or anything like that, it's going right to the plants.
Yes.
Not being taken up by anything else.
Yes. I've tried some organics. Yeah, it worked fine. Yeah.
Yeah, because if you're then making your bocage,
yes,
it goes really well.
It goes really well.
Right into the area that it's the most needed, effectively.
Yes.
You should trial strawberries in something like this.
Yes.
Because at least with strawberries, people complain, oh, they're dirty because it touches the ground.
Yeah.
They'll be hanging down. You can just pick it nice and clean.
Yes.
And enjoy just like that.
Yeah, or even for people with dogs. Yeah, so dogs actually get afraid of coming close to such a thing. As compared to...
I've never seen my dogs. My dogs have no problem getting up close to anything in the grand scheme.
I'll just encourage others to consider farming, consider gardening, and as an organization you can come to us. If you don't know how to grow something, you can come on our site. We do teach, we do mentor, especially the youth. We do mentor and link them to markets, especially the Veggie Box program that we're about to launch.
Tell me more about this Veggie Box program.
So the Veggie Box program is just a program that has been now introduced to encourage more gardeners to venture into growing food. So we'll be getting like their produce from those small-scale farmers, from the gardeners, and be making weekly orders to those people that will sign up for the boxes and supply to their households. Yeah.
So that means if I have 2 of those,
yes,
I can be supplying you every week.
You can be supplying every week. If it's your spinach, we can get it from you and supply it.
Okay.
You know? Yeah.
Wow, that sounds really exciting.
Yes.
Because I'm pretty sure that there's many people who wouldn't mind then doing this as an income generating project,
yes,
just on the side, to supplement household income.
Yes, because they think to say, if I start now, where will I sell? I'm shy. You know, most people in business are shy to sell their produce because they'll be like, how people look at me. Maybe that person might be a worker somewhere and be like, I'm selling vegetables, why? So they can actually just bring their produce to us and we'll help them sell. Yeah. My number, you can contact me on 0972 077 095. And also you can just find me on Hope Network Zambia, Facebook and Instagram. Yes.